Alright, next up on the pepper stuff before we launch the tray pretty soon. Probably today if the rest of the seeds are here, but anyhow, this is a couple of the extras. These are ones that I planted on New Year's. It's 3 purple flash surrounding 2 Oda. They get good sunlight here in the window. This is one that completely messed up, and I'll explain that one in just a second. This one here, my wife planted Tabasco and long Thai. And when she was done and everything else, I had asked her how much she had planted. She says 3 seeds per hole. I said, how many holes? She said 5. And so I think she might have just missed a hole, but there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mixture of mostly long Thai with a couple Tabascos in there. So that was the 3 seeds each. Well, most likely these are going to need to be separated really soon. But there's that one. The other one, these are the 2 that we planted for New Year's. This is my son's carrots. I spilt them and we had to redo them, but we talked about it and he's alright with it. So, and then here's the purple flash. This is the purple flash that we had bought and we've been seeding. The peppers are really small. This plant is tiny. Let me hold my hand up to it and see if I can show you. This plant's probably 8 or 9 inches tall is all. And from what I see, they only get to about 12 or 14 inches. So the purple flash, we're guessing the explosive ember and possibly the sangria, the no-heat sangria pepper will all be around this size. The sangria may be a little bit bigger, but super tiny. If you're just looking for a little tiny ornamental pepper plant to have in your house, these get pretty hot, but it's teeny plants to take care of, easy for indoors. This will probably never ever need to be transplanted out of that. These ones right here are Chinese 5 colors. You can see they're missing all their leaves. And the same thing with this. This one had a purple flash in it. It had a couple more. I dropped a couple seeds in there that I'm not sure what kind of pepper they were, just to kind of use the bucket since it was already used. But with this and this, okay, we've had a problem with fungus gnats. And we've been able to suppress them, almost get rid of them, suppress them. We look at different ways online. I'm about to do a decisive strike on them pretty soon because I'm angry, but that is beyond the point. Anyhow, what we had done is we had tried the fungus traps where you put a little tiny bin. We used little teeny yogurt containers. We put some apple cider vinegar in there. After putting the apple cider vinegar in there, we had put a drop of dish soap to kind of break up the surface tension and get the fungus gnats, put them in these bins. Now next to this window at nighttime in the winter time, it gets super cold. So what I had done, only slept about 5 or 6 hours. We put the lid on top of the bin. Again, Sterilite. Works perfect. Left a crack in it like this so that it could get some air overnight, but it would also protect it from the cold of the window. What ended up happening was it infused everything with this pressurized moisture that had the vinegar in it. And what it did was it decimated plants. So far the lemons and the oranges and stuff didn't really have any kind of issue, but within 5 or 6 hours of having that condensed air with that cider stuff or whatever it is, that vinegar in it, had infused the air with the vinegar and caused mold and major problems in all the plants. It dropped all of them. The only reason I left these 3 standing is to see what would happen with them, and they're going to make it. I think they're going to be really stunted and messed up, but you know, I'll probably throw a couple of, since these are Chinese 5 color, the prairie fire pepper is really similar. I'll probably put a few seeds in there just so it's not so shameful, but yeah. The fungus trap probably works as far as a lot of people's concerned, but if you grow in buckets and you try to cover them up, make sure you don't condense that air around those plants with that apple cider vinegar in it, because man, it just like all those leaves were gone except for that one. They just all fell off within 5 hours of having that pressurized cider air. And anyways, here's the purple flash, a couple Odas and some more purple flash, a purple flash with some random stuff around it. Long Thai, I believe, and Tabasco, mass planted, and that's that bin. But I thought I'd bring up that fungal gnat thing and that vinegar thing because I'm sure it works for some people, but in personal, our situation, stuff like that, or if you grow like this without a bin, or out of a bin, you may want to be careful as far as the vinegar moisture collecting on the plants. It'll hurt them real bad. Anyways, that's our upstairs couple little things we have going. Thanks again.
Wolves asleep amidst the trees, bats all a-swaying in the breeze. But one soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of goose, hags, and wraiths. It's all silent for the night. Cows turned in as daylight dies. But when soul lies anxious, wide awake, for the witcher, brave and bold, paid in coin of gold, he'll chop and slice you gut and dice you, eat you up whole, eat you whole.